Hi, my name is Kylie Gallacher, and I teach 7th grade math here at Washington Middle School. You can find me in room 206. All right, I'm going to turn that off, and let's get started. All right, so this is just a little bit about me. This is my family. I have a cat. I have 2 dogs. This is Raja, Cammie, and Gracie. This is my son, Kenton. He is about a year and a half. And this is my husband, Kellen Gallacher. He actually teaches PE here as well. So this is what a typical day in math will look like. Students will walk in and they will get started on an entry task. It is graded purely on effort and participation. It goes into the participation category in Skyward. Then we review the homework, which is also graded on effort and completing all of it. And that also goes into the participation category on Skyward. Then after we've gone over the homework and gone over the entry task, we jump right into the lesson for that day. And the structure of that lesson varies depending on what content we're doing. So group work, direct instruction, games, what have you, whatever it's going to be. Then this is our class content. This is what we're going to be going over this year. So these are the units from our curriculum, and these are what is in each unit. So you notice here that there's 1 through 8, but then it's 8th grade unit 1, 8th grade unit 2. I do teach regular 7th grade math and a 7th, 8th compressed math. So if your student is in the regular 7th grade math, which would be periods 3, 4, 5, 6, then we're only going to be going through units 1 through 8 and at the pace of about one to 2 lessons per day. If your student is in the 7th, 8th compressed class, which is second period, then we'll be going through all of these and jumping into at least the first 2 units of the 8th grade. And our pace is quicker. It's usually about 2 lessons per day or more, depending on how we can kind of mesh that together and the pace of the students. Homework is checked at the beginning of class. So as students are coming in and doing their entry task, I walk around and look at the homework on each person's desk. Again, I grade that based off of attempting all of the problems. So if you look down here, do they have their name on it? Did they complete all of the problems? Didn't skip any? If they weren't sure what to do, I just want them to try their best or write a sentence of why they're confused. So I just really don't want them to skip any. I really just want them to try their best. Then showing their work on problems and having it neat enough where I can actually kind of follow their thinking and read it. So that's how they get the 4 points on the homework. I walk around and check that while they're doing the entry task. Again, the entry task is graded on effort. So same as homework. Are they trying? Did they attempt all of it? And then they keep that entry task paper for the whole week and turn it in on Fridays. So homework and entry tasks go into Skyward grade in the class participation category. All of that is graded purely on effort and completion, none of which is on accuracy. Then homework is posted on Schoology. So there's Schoology and there's Skyward. Skyward is where their grade will be found. Schoology is where they can go and find what the homework assignment is if they were sick or absent or they forgot to write it down that day. So if you go to a Schoology page, you will see under that course, it says, here's our daily homework. And then if your student says they don't have homework and you just want to double check, go there and it will be listed there. Late homework is accepted for partial credit. And I do want homework turned in within that unit. I'll talk about that more on the next slide. But homework will not be assigned every day. I'd say in the regular 7th grade math, I assign it 1 to 3 times per week, never on Fridays. Well, I say never, but there's like 1 to maybe 2 times per year that I do give it on a Friday, but mostly you can count on not having homework on Fridays, and in the compressed class, somewhere between 2 and 4 days per week, there will be homework 1 to 3 for the regular 7th grade. So again, I've mentioned this a little bit. The homework and the daily entry task goes towards that 20% of the student's academic grade, which you see when you log on to Skyward. Okay, missing work must be turned in before the start of the next unit. So if they were absent or they just completely missed an assignment, I want all of that work turned in before we start the next unit. So if we start unit 2 and they have a missing homework assignment from unit 1, they can no longer turn that in for credit. They could turn it in, but they're not going to get any points for it. I want to do this because I want to have students be doing the work during that unit, because the work is practice, right? It's just like a practice for like a game. You want that before the test. So I want that practice to be in. And also, if I had it be a whole semester and somebody missing something from week 1 and then they turn it in week 12, we have gone long past that, and they might have forgotten how to even do it. So if you go to Schoology and you have that list of homework assignments, if it's in red, it means that they can no longer turn it in because we've moved into a new unit. And I will give the students fair warning and a lot of reminders of when homework needs to be turned in by. So again, 20% of the grade is based off of the homework that they turn in and their entry task when they come into the classroom, both of which are graded solely on effort and completion. Then 80% of the students' grade that you'll see on Skyward will be made up of assessment. So quizzes and tests. There's usually about 1 to 3 quizzes per unit and 1 test per unit. Retakes are available if they have their homework in and they have tried to do corrections in some form. So either they corrected the problems that they got wrong, or they came in and got help from me, or saw a tutor, went to homework club. So if they're showing effort, then they can be retaking, and they can retake as many times as they would like, as long as in between each retake that they are showing that they're putting effort into improving their skills before attempting that next retake. I usually say if you got below 80% on your test, I would like you to retake. If you got above 80%, that is your choice. And retakes can be taken sometimes in class, or typically it's before or after school. And if you need to make special arrangements for that, if it doesn't work for you to do it before or after school, just send me an email and we can work something else out. These are how the letter grades are determined. That's just the breakdown of if you log into Skyward and you see, oh, my student has a B, well, what percent are they actually getting? It will be within this range. Remember, 20% of that is based off of the homework and entry task, which is just completion and effort. And then 80% of that is actually showing their content knowledge, which will be based off of tests and quizzes. These are some helpful links. So this is our curriculum that we use. If you go to Schoology and go to our math course, there's a button that will take you directly to the curriculum page. And there is an option to look at just family materials. So if you're you just need a little refresher on circles or whatever unit we're on, you can actually go to the family section, and it will give you step-by-step kind of process of kind of what our work looks like, the vocabulary that we're using, practice problems, like example problems for you to kind of see what that looks like. So this is our curriculum. Again, there's a button from our Schoology page, or you can use that link there. Again, Schoology is where you're going to find the daily information for the class or any updates. You can check Schoology, but Skyward is where you're going to want to go for the grade. And then Khan Academy, people always ask, where can I go and get extra practice for my student? That's always a good one there. Best way to contact me is via email. This is my email address. Please notice the J, it's KJ Gallacher. If you forget the J, it will just go to my husband, which he'll forward to me. It's completely fine. But if you want to get directly to me, go ahead and put that J there. And that is it. Thank you so much for listening. I know that was really quick. If you have any questions or you want me to clarify something, please email me or reach out some other way. Your students will get a lot more detailed information, and you can always ask them, or you can ask me. All right, thanks so much. Looking forward to a great year.